what's up guys, Kool-Aid here, and today we're going to be doing part 2 of our guide to Fletcher, or more specifically our guide to playing Fletcher using our stickies as our primaries. In this video we'll mainly be going over loadouts and augments. So when picking a loadout card for Fletcher, there aren't any augments that directly increase the effectiveness of our grenades. We don't have an exploded dendrum or anything like that. So what we want to do is go with something that complements the stickies well, something that we can finish off all those mercs with over 100 health without having to land another sticky, or just in case your stickies are on cooldown, and the Empire 9 is perfect for this. It's a very low damage weapon, but what makes it amazing for these situations are its insanely high rate of fire. Most enemies that survive a sticky are going to be very low on health, so we're usually only going to have to hit them a few times. Now the Empire 9 gives you the best chance to do that. Aside from that, the Empire 9 is just a really solid weapon in close quarters combat. And this is actually probably the main gun I use. I use it over my primary when I'm not using my stickies. And I would say between the Empire 9 and whatever primary I'm using, it's probably a 60-40 split or so in favor of that Empire 9. Because it is that good of a weapon, especially for Fletcher, especially for playing with stickies as your primaries. So anyways, if we're making sure we have the Empire 9 in our card or in our loadout, that's going to eliminate 5 of the 9 loadout cards we have to choose from. However, it's still going to leave us with each of the primaries as options. Now, since we have our close range covered, I'm going to rule out the remaining card with the Holland's 880. The 880 is okay, but if I'm going shotgun with Fletcher, it's going to be the Aaaand. So that leaves us with 3 cards to choose from, 2 featuring the Blishlock and 1 featuring the Aaaand. And the one featuring the Aaaand is the A31 Guardian Close Assault. Now this is a solid card, and if you prefer the Aaaand over the Blishlock, then this is what I would recommend. The augments on this card are okay, but nothing special. Lock-on does absolutely nothing for Fletcher still. It also has Tough, which reduces the delay until health regeneration kicks in by 33%. You know, that's nice, but not a must-have. And the final augment is Double Time, which is a solid augment for a lot of people. However, I find myself rarely making use of it, simply because I have such a habit of always being behind cover when I'm reloading. So, solid card, but not my favorite. Now, out of the 2 Blishlock cards that also feature the Empire 9, one stands out over the other, and that's the BL33 Standard Operative. It's also going to have Tough, along with Flying Pig, which eliminates all fall damage, which might not be amazing, but it's really nice not having to worry about it when playing this style of Fletcher. Now, the best augment on this card, though, is Quick Draw, which gives us a 30% reduction in time it takes to raise and lower our weapons. And this augment is amazing for Fletcher. You'll be switching weapons a lot, and each fraction of a second helps. Also, being first against anyone is a little more important because aim punch does still exist. So if you can start aim punching your enemy before he does it to you, there might be a slight advantage there as well. Now, the other Blishlock card featuring the Empire 9 isn't as good. However, it is worth taking a look at simply because it has Failsafe. Failsafe, of course, being the augment that reduces damage done by your own explosives by 30%. You know, on other mercs or other explosive-oriented mercs, I wouldn't recommend this. But if you are playing Fletcher with stickies as your primaries, you are going to run into situations where you do damage to yourself. It's usually going to come in the form of a shotgun user running straight at you, or someone trying to knife you, and often it will result in hitting yourself with some splash damage. And this happens to even the best of Fletchers. So if you find this happening to you excessively, then the BL32 Standard Operative might be worth it. Unfortunately, the rest of the perks are quite underwhelming with Lock-On once again and Springy. Springy gives 3 jumps. You can chain 3 jumps together instead of 2. I rarely make use of that when I have used it on cards. So the rest of the card is pretty underwhelming. But if you do find yourself constantly hitting yourself with your own stickies, then it might be worth a try. Now, ultimately, my decision to use the BL33 Standard Op over the A31 Guardian Close Assault wasn't just the augments, even though I do think they are better, but it was my preference to the Blishlock over the Aaaand. I love how in a heated fight I can burn through all my Empire 9 ammo, then immediately switch to my Blishlock and not really miss a beat. Also, despite the Aaaand having great range for a shotgun, I feel like the Blitzschlag just gives more medium range capabilities. So, to kind of sum it up real quick, my preferred card is the BL33 Standard Operative, but if you like the Aaaand over the Blitzschlag, then go with the A31 Guardian Close Assault. But that's all I have, guys, so as always, thanks for watching, and I'll talk to y'all later.
They knocked out the EV. Repair it.